What up, Night Nation? It's your boy, Stevie Knight. About to get on one of these things, you feel me, go to watch. Night watch, man, the Diddy series continues, bro. I was actually sent this video from someone on IG, like, send it to me as like a heads up, cause there's some ish going on. Apparently, Amala Ekpunobi, she big on YouTube, bro. She got a whole podcast, reaction, commentary situation going on. I think she worked for like the Daily Wire, if I'm not mistaken, bro. You know what I'm saying? She got a nasty following, like almost 3 million subs or whatnot. I say all that to say, apparently she's found herself in this Diddy situation, apparently. No Diddy. Say some private investigators came to holler at her about Diddy, man. So I'm just getting some more context, bro. I was sent this with like a heads up, being that I've been covering a lot of this exposing the industry type ish. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Really, for me personally, I wanted to just catch up with the fuck going on for my own personal reasons, but I'm gonna tap in with y'all too, just because this is what we've been doing for the past few weeks now. You know what I'm saying? So before we do, like always, man, peep the drip, shop, StevieKnight.com. Like the video, sub to the channel, subs to the channel, like the video, man. Without further ado, let's get it. It said we found the private investigators who asked me about Diddy.
Back to the Diddy story, okay, y'all? I came on this show, I spoke to y'all, and I said some private investigators came to a place that I used to live, 2 men, and we actually found out who these 2 men are, or at least we know what they look like now. And
Hold on. Am I watching the right video? Okay, no, so that was, I clicked the wrong one. Apparently that's like a follow-up to this. All right, this is 41 minutes long. Sheesh. Fuck it, let's go.
They owned up to being. We're gonna talk about all of that. We were gonna have a whole different show. We were just gonna do a little Jubilee video today and react to that and respond to it. But of course, we were taken on a different course. Now, luckily, I actually have 2 witnesses to what took place today. My best friend, Risa, and Taylor, who's in Nashville.
It is true. What a day. Wow. Do we have a story for y'all? It's getting real, guys. That's all I can say.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what is going on right now. We're going to go on and go into the story. I guess this is going to be today's episode, so it's going to be a little bit of a story time. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Taylor and I were filming a video this morning, and we were on Zoom, as we often are. Me from my studio, Taylor from his humble abode. Now, as I was getting to the end of the video where I'm closing out, telling you guys to like and subscribe, I get a little bit of a text message from my best friend, Risa, whom I used to live with, and she's texting me saying, hey, there are 2 guys at the door right now, and they're asking about ads. I'll actually read the actual text that she sent me so we can get verbatim exactly what happened here. She called first, and I was filming, so I didn't pick up the call. The call goes through, and she says, call me so you can tell these guys you are not interested in ads. They are at my door. I'm being a bitch, is what Risa says. And I said, LOL, can I just call you in 1 minute? I'm thinking, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why 2 guys would be at your door asking about ads, but here we are in the story. So I finish up filming my video. I call Risa. It's been a few minutes at this point. Apparently these guys are still at the door. Immediately when I pick up the phone, she's like, okay, when she picks up the phone, you're on speaker. And I'm like, what is going on? So one guy starts to speak up, and I'm sensing like a little bit of nervousness in his voice, but he's still there, he's talking. He's got what I would say is like a medium to thick-ish New York accent. And he's saying, you know, we just wanted to come and talk to you about the things that you speak about on your channel, and, you know, whether or not somebody pays you to say the things that you say. And it was a very just vague question. I didn't know exactly how to answer that. So I answered back and said, you know, nobody pays me to say anything that I say on my channel. You guys know we've tried a couple sponsors on this show once or twice long ago. We've had no sponsors since. We get paid, you know, through YouTube ad revenue and you know, the ad revenue from different platforms, but nobody's paying me directly to say anything. Now he goes on to say, to sort of talk.
Well, my bad. I thought she did work Daily Wire, so I stand corrected. Anyway, look at this.
But nobody's paying me directly to say anything. Now he goes on to say, to sort of talk about topics that I talk about on this show. And the immediate topic that he jumps to is, you know, you talk about P. Diddy and celebrities. Mind you, again, this guy's stumbling over his words, and he's not necessarily sounding so fluent in whatever message he's trying to get across. And I put this on speaker. So mind you, Taylor's on Zoom from Nashville. I have the phone to this microphone here. He's listening to everything that's being said. Risa is also there listening to everything that's being said. Okay, so I tell them, oh, I'm not not paid by anybody to do this. Why is it that you're asking these things? What are you interested in doing or hearing? And they said, oh, you know, if you were being paid by people to promote a certain message, we were here to, you know, offer you something else. And again, they go through the topics that I talk about on my show, and immediately it's P. Diddy and his connection to other celebrities. So all the red flags are going up. You know, in my mind here, hairs up on the back of my neck. I actually shot Risa a text at this very moment in the conversation.
Ain't no damn way Diddy's team out here moving this damn messy, bro. Something don't smell right, bro. I smell cap. Like, not from the story she's telling, but I don't think these fools out here presenting themselves as such are really who they say they are, dog. Like, what the fuck? Especially pulling up and somebody door knocking where somebody at a residence, she don't even live no more, dog. Like, it wouldn't be hard to find out where she stay at, but it's like so old school, bro. Like, people don't do shit like that, motherfucker. You track them down online. Yeah, something smell off about this one. You know what I'm saying? They continue.
And said like something along the lines of get away from these guys. I'll actually go back and read it so I know exactly what I said. Get away from this guy. Because at this point, only one man was speaking. Again, white man, thick-ish New York accent. Now, I'm probing this guy. Who do you work for? What is it that you're trying to pay me to do? Who are you inquiring about? What specifically are you asking me? Am I being paid to say on my channel? And this guy is just stumbling over his words. He doesn't know what to say. He starts saying, you know, oh, I watch your channel. You know, I'm a fan of your show. I appreciate the things you talk about. And then he goes back to the whole P. Diddy and this topic and this topic and this topic. So whoever was with this guy, presumably his boss, and at least this is what he explains himself to be, a second guy jumps into the conversation. Now, this guy sounds a little bit more confident than the last guy. And he jumps in and he says, oh, well, we're just here to ask you whether or not you've been paid to talk about this specific topic on your channel. And if so, we want to know who is paying you. But now that we know that, you know, nobody's paying you, there's no further information we need to gather, you know, we're going to see ourselves out and it will be okay. I keep pressing them. Who, again, are you here to talk about? Who is paying you to be here? Who are you asking about? Like, who do you work for? And they in the conversation sort of slip in that they're investigating or they're investigators. Sorry for my foggy memory as to the exact wording of it. But that sort of put off something in my brain where I'm like, okay, so you guys are investigating whether or not I've been paid to say something, but also you're here to offer me money, but also you came to the door and said that you were inquiring about ads and whether or not I'm sponsored by certain people. So I directly asked them, it seems like you guys came to this door under false pretenses, and now you're saying that you're investigating something. So which one is it? Are you here to pay and take up ad space or be a sponsor, or are you here investigating something? And then finally they come out in this conversation and say that they are private investigators and they will not disclose who they've been paid by, who they are working for. But essentially the story that I got is that they are traveling around and I guess knocking the doors of different influencers who are having conversations about these topics, about P. Diddy and his connections to celebrities, to see whether or not they've been funded by somebody to start having these conversations. And they're trying to decipher what that is. And they said through their investigating into people talking about P. Diddy and his connection to influencers, they found that a lot of the conversations are just being had by bots. Like bots are just spamming this information out on the internet. I don't know anything about that. I have no idea what they're talking about there. But they go on to, you know, explain that this is what they're doing. And then they say, you know, we'll pay for you to disclose who would be paying you. And we'll also pay more on top of whatever it is they're paying you to sort of push the opposite story. Now, they don't explain what the opposite story. Again, they don't explain who they're working for. So I'm asking them again, who hired you to be here? Who is the one who is making sure that you're at my door right now asking, not my door, but a door that I used to live at, asking these questions?
The fact that there's an individual out here that think something like this will work, at this point, something could be done to shift the narrative about Diddy. Like, motherfucker, like this shit sound goofy, bro. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm not questioning the credibility of her claims at all. Like, whatever fucking happened clearly happened. It's just whatever goofy shit has taken place that presented this shit to her doorstep is what I'm questioning, dogs. Like, who is out here on Diddy's behalf doing this goofy shit? And who out here thinks that that narrative can be changed at all, regardless of what the fuck you do? I don't give a damn if all podcasters out here just started flipping shit, something in the opposite about Diddy at this point, bro. Come on, dog. That's gonna make Diddy look even fucking worse. You know what I mean? But despite that, bro, like, the cat is out the bag, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, people's minds are molded, bro. It don't matter what the fuck you do at this point, bro. Diddy is donezo. Like, who the fuck is this motherfucker think he is, bro? I wish a motherfucker would pull up to my door talking about, hey, who paid you, bro? YouTube pays me. But who paid you, dog? Nah, fam, this shit way past some goddamn money, fam. Fuck you talking about, bro. This shit crazy, dog. That's funny, bro. I guess it's supposed to be shocking. Like, they out here doing the most. Fuck, shit don't fuck. Let this shit surprise me. It surprises me how goofy this shit is. Like, some fucking second grader decided to put this plan of action together, dog. The fuck? The fuck? Hey, come knock on my door, bro. Come knock on my door, bro. Woo.
They won't say who. Then I'm saying, okay, if you guys are private investigators, what is the name of your LLC or what is the name of your corporation? Give me that, because you're willing to own up to the fact that you're being private investigators. Which company is this person paying to? They won't say. They even go as far
more than anything. I think she getting trolled.
As to say, we don't have an LLC and we don't have a corporation. Whoever their client is paying them directly to their name. Now, I did get names from these guys. I won't say the full names out on this channel, but they did give me 2 names. So we're currently looking into who these 2 private investigators are who were hired by some sort of outside organization or celebrity or firm or somebody to travel around. They would give no information as to the company that they work for. Apparently they're working, independent, but also in tandem. And when they get paid, it's paid to their name.
Dropped a follow-up to this. All right. Where did it go? Okay. We found the private investigators who asked, okay, now this makes sense. Run it back.
Back to the Diddy story. Okay, y'all. I came on this show, I spoke to y'all, and I said some private investigators came to a place that I used to live. 2 men. And we actually found out who these 2 men are, or at least we know what they look like now. And they knocked on the door. They started talking to my best friend and said, we heard Amala lives here. They came really under false pretenses, trying to have a conversation with her about whether or not I'm paid to talk about the different topics that I talk about on this show. And once I got on the phone, interrogated them a little bit, they ended up letting me know they were private investigators to an unnamed client who they would not disclose, who were trying to figure out if influencers were paid to talk about P. Diddy and his connection to certain celebrities. So immediately my mind is thinking some sort of celebrity has hired this group of people to sort of travel around and maybe get some dirt on whether or not these people have been paid to talk about them and to share particular bits of information about them, although we do not have that confirmed. Now, these 2 guys ended up leaving after finding out that I was not paid by anybody and continue to not be paid by anybody to talk about the things that I talk about, but not before they offered more money. They said, if you were paid, we'd pay to know who's paying you. And whatever they're paying you to share these stories about Diddy and his connection to other celebrities will pay you more to share the opposite story. They let me know also that they had about 10 other influencers that they were planning on visiting. And we did find one of them just moments after we finished the show. We finished talking to you guys, actually. Samson popped up on my TikTok, and Taylor had sent me videos that you guys were sending to him. I was getting tagged and mentioned on TikTok. People saying, are these the same 2 guys? And here they are. These are confirmed the same 2 guys that came to my best friend's door where I used to live.
So you guys are private investigators who have come to my private home asking about influencers? This is very uncomfortable, you guys.
I don't know why. I'll explain.
No, you're at my home.
Okay, so you don't want to talk to us then?
Have I broken some law?
Absolutely not.
And you have the thin blue. This is frightening. I think. Can you guys step away from my home?
We're in a public street. So the answer is no. But I'm not. Listen, we're not trying to give you a hard time.
Why are you here? What do you mean? You're showing up at my
We're
house.
very nice and respectful, and we will be. I just have two quick questions for you, and if you want to be interested in it, great. If not, I'll have a nice day. We're not.
And the
What
fact
is
that
this?
they are allowing Cuz to record him, bro, like this shit just seemed off. Like a troll for the ages, bro. Like just to get people talking about most shit. Like I'm very intrigued on who the source of this shit is. Cause ain't no private investigator gonna pull up and allow anybody to goddamn record their ass plotting. Especially when it comes to motherfucking Diddy, bro. Like Diddy reckless, but that his team out here moving that goddamn reckless, bro. The fuck?
This is odd.
So
You have to admit this is very
it
weird.
always is, and people always ask us the same question. I'm happy to explain it to you.
What?
Very simply, we were just hired to speak to a few people that do, have a lot of followers, stuff like that, on different platforms.
What is this about the Diddy stuff I report on?
Somewhat, yes.
Wow.
Not necessarily doing stuff, but people are involved in just stuff like that. So basically, a very simple question is, are you paid to influence?
Not necessarily Diddy stuff, but people are involved in something like that. This is literally what he sounded like on the phone.
What
And
world is this? What world is this, bro? It's like they manufacturing the behind the scenes activities that tend to take place. They press the red button on motherfuckers to get narratives going, dog. This is what you see happening right now before you. You know what I mean? Trying to get influence to sell their soul. You know what I mean? This is interesting.
How did I describe him to you guys? So many of you guys were like commenting and saying, I saw the TikTok of who the guys are. You described them perfectly. Did I not describe them perfectly? There's one guy just stumbling over all of his sentences, which is the big, bulky guy. And then the boss man who sort of steps in to sort of clear things up, but not exactly clear them up. Now they claim their names are Robert, James, and Peter Deegan. Who knows whether or not that's true? I already reported them to the police. I happen to have some cop friends. We want to look into whether or not these individuals are actually registered as private investigators, because at least in the state of California.
Pull up, man. I mean, ain't no point in y'all pulling up. Because I got something waiting for y'all ass. I can't pull nothing not the safe because YouTube won't like that. You know what I mean? Pull up. No. No, get the fuck off my lawn. Bro, this shit goofy, man. This shit goofy as fuck, dog. But you know what I'm saying? It's funny. I ain't worried about it. Appreciate you, though, for letting me know, dog. But I ain't worried about it, bro. Nobody worried about this shit.